a go-kart course and now the current South D1 course. Um, he had a lot of like internal dialogue with himself, or I guess monologue, in terms of like if he should get rid of the course or not or leave it. Um, but it sounds like the reason is he views that the South course is great for professional drivers
Mm-hmm.
where that have the capability to drive it, but it is absolutely not, you know, um, like a good novice or intermediate course.
Uh-huh.
And so he's not saying that it's like a bad track. He's just saying, he definitely wants to build another course that can train drivers. And so yeah, so that's the thing, I guess, is they're going to be building a new D1 course um, in place of Minami. And
Okay.
then I've also heard hearsay that they're going to like turn Minami into a rally course. Um, so that combined with Kumakubo's statement, you know what I mean? I don't know if they're going to
Mm-hmm.
make a new course elsewhere or if the rally course is all kind of bullshit and they're just going to build another course kind of near Minami.
Yeah, I mean, not being on the ground, it's going to be hard to tell until you actually see stuff, or somebody's going to release a YouTube video of
Right.
like, this is what's really happening. But I
Right.
mean, it would be cool. I mean, I don't know. And when we were in Masao, I didn't hear that much talk of people doing rally racing or like dirt track. I know there was one kind of in the area,
Yeah.
but I never heard of anyone doing that. And it would be cool to see some like cross stuff. Um, I
Yeah, I
mean, I
think
would. What are you saying?
I think it'll diversify Ebisu even more so. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, they've got the zoo, they have drifting tracks, and they do road racing there. I think rally is just kind of another step to diversify that for them. Um,
Yeah.
so I don't think it's a bad thing. And people say like, oh, I watched the live stream and there was nobody there. Like drifting is dying, and so now they're doing rally to keep the doors open, and like that's not
Yeah.
that's not the case at all. Um,
I,
they limited their ticket sales for D1 and they sold out. And when we
mhm.
went there, it was busy and they had additional grandstands on top of that main D1 line, where the wall is.
Mhm.
They had grandstands there and they took them all down. And again, speculating, I'm not an expert. I think they took them down because of the recent earthquake because they were janky as fuck when I was there both times, dude. Like I was like,
Mhm.
how are these up to code? Like I was like, these are terrible. And so I'm wondering if the earthquake was like the final nail in the coffin for those.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, I was told that they limited ticket sales and they were gone quick. Um, so
Yeah.
it's certainly not like it's dying. It's not like they only had 12 people that wanted to go.
Yeah, I mean, using that video, that live stream is not like a good, you know, point just because, or not a good point to compare just because of COVID. You still have to consider that that's still a thing. So I'm sure they're already having like reduced numbers, and just because various other factors, like you said, they had less seats to begin with because half of them fell off the side of a cliff. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I certainly
Plus,
don't think it's a sign of the times. I do
yeah.
think drifting itself is getting less and less popular in Japan.
Hmm.
Um, I wouldn't say it's like dwindling by any means. There's still a lot of venues to drift at, and there's a lot of parts and manufacturers that are still coming out with shit. So I don't think it's like something where we really have to worry about it going away. It's just certainly not as popular as it was 10 years ago. Um,
Hmm.
but yeah, that was a common comment that I saw was like, oh, there's nobody there. Look at the live stream. Which is also, did you notice how long they stayed on people that were just like unsuspecting?
Dude, I swear to God, I'm pretty sure I saw a freaking Josh Singleton in there.
You probably
Like
did because he was there.
yeah, I know. I saw him posting on Instagram, and people that I don't know, he's just somebody, a common friend from Masao. But there was just like a small section of like white dudes, and I was like, that has to be Josh. I wanted to take a clip and send it to him. I was like, is this you? Just so random. Yeah, they focus so much. Like there was a dude like feeding his girlfriend French fries. I was like, oh yes, this is riveting.
Yeah, whip out those feet. It
They
was
should have the
weird.
Ebisu French fry. I mean, everything about D1 GP is weird, but in the good ways, like in all the good ways. This is my little tangent about just the showmanship of the event. Like, I love how they have like music whenever someone starts. I think they have the same thing in like Formula Drift, where they have like, some sort of like riff of guitar when someone, when they're starting their runs. But in D1 GP, it's just like some Japanese chant song. It's really weird. And then just like the transitions and the green screen and everybody posing for their photos.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
I feel like they have a jingle for everything in Japan.
Yeah.
Do you remember the DCM Home Ec jingle?
I mean, I can repeat it for you right now, but if I heard it, I would immediately recognize it.
Stuck in my head forever, dude. It's like I don't even
I
live
was
there
like,
anymore.
it's like Homeku something. Frick. It's like on the tip of my brain now.
It's got like a bunch of little bells in it and shit.
Yeah.
Super cute. But yeah, it's like everything, every store, every whatever has its own jingle, and D1 has had that too. And I remember even like D1's like theme song. Yeah, I don't know if the live stream had it, but if you go on YouTube and you watch like the D1 SL or any of those videos, they have like an intro, and it is fire. It is so sick. It's like an anime theme.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty tight.
Wait, so real quick, I want to touch on. So you were talking about the statement that Kumakubo. I want to say it right.
Yeah, that was right.
Remember, you're talking about a statement from earlier saying that the track's not suitable for amateur drivers and only professional drivers. I mean, professional drivers fuck up there all the time. So
Right.
Do you think that the track is too dangerous for regular use, or
I don't think it was
is
a
that
matter.
like something that we should applaud and not like shy away from?
I don't think it was a matter of it being like too dangerous. I think he just wanted to build a track that was more inviting for everybody, because he was basically saying like, yeah, this track's great for professionals, but it is daunting for a new driver. And so I think he just is meaning like it's, seeing how much the other tracks get used. And if you go to like any sort of Matsuri, you will see school course is busy a lot. Toge course is obviously busy. Like a lot of the other tracks actually get a little bit more use than Minami does. I mean, we camped out right next to Minami, and then you go to these other tracks, and there's just so many more cars and drivers there. And so I think it was just a matter of like people just enjoyed the other tracks more. D1 was a great track for professional display, but when it's like if you're just there and you show up with your own car and you want to drive, like Minami certainly was not my first choice. I went on it just to say I drifted on Minami, but honestly, school course was my favorite by long shot. So I think that has more to do with it. I think he just kind of noticed that Minami is kind of sits empty most of the time.
Really, I didn't know that because I only see it from like videos and stuff. So it looks to me like it's getting used all the time, but I didn't know that outside of D1.
Well,
and I guess it makes.
Even
I was
if
just
you
saying.
watch, I mean, we
Okay, go ahead.
reference like Noriyaro videos all the time, but if you watch Noriyaro videos, I mean, you'll notice even he'll drift Minami sometimes, but he drifts a lot of the other courses too when he's there, and primarily he drifts. Is it North Course?
I don't know.
I want to say he pits and drives North Course a lot. But yeah, it's not Minami, and I don't know, man. It's kind of a daunting track. A lot of those tracks are. I mean, and one of our talking points is what are some dangerous tracks? Like fucking everything at Ebisu except for school course. Like school course is pretty easy because it's just really tight, and kind of technical, and so you don't ever get going really fast. But it's like people have fucking like gotten hospitalized at Toge course. I think didn't somebody die on Toge course?
I don't know.
I don't remember if he died or if he just got super super injured.
Jesus.
North Course is hella fast, like super fucking fast.
Is North Course one that looks like you could do like road racing on it a little bit?
I think
is
that
it
is
like
the
come
one
over
that
that
they
big
do.
hill and then you go down the straight?
Yes.
And then into the right hander?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, hella fast, dude. Wait. No, we're getting all of our courses backwards here. Let me get a better map so we can talk about things knowledgeably.
See, this is why we need a Jamie.
I'm saying, dude. No, I'm thinking of Higashi.
Okay.
Sorry. Now I have a map and I'm looking at all of the courses. Yeah, Higashi is super fucking fast. Like that's the road racing course. North course is the like reverse entry course, which again is super super quick, and you come in cooking. Obviously, everybody fucking knows about Toge course and its crazy elevation changes and no lack of a shoulder. So
Yeah. I mean, all the courses at Ebisu seems to me like they just did the best they could with what they got. Like none of them were like they like meticulously plotted out. Okay, we want it to be like this and be like this. Like, nah, let's just like lay some pavement down, and it is what it is.
I feel like school course was. I don't know. I mean, that is a good point. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder what the plan was like when it first opened. You know,
Hmm.
but
I
man,
don't know. I would say as far as professional drifting go, and as it relates to Minami, I like that high danger aspect of something like Minami. Like, I'm not saying it's not like NASCAR where I want to see carnage or whatever,
yeah,
but I think it really separates I think the phrase is separates the wheat from the chaff. You know, you want to see someone do something that you can't do. I mean, I really can't drift, like barely at all, and seeing someone do something as incredible as jump over this drift that's like jump over this turn that's going to unsettle your car right into a wall at like 100 miles an hour, like that's awesome to see.
yeah.
And like even at the last event, you know, I don't remember the driver's name, but he was driving I think like a Q60, and like in practice he's like
Oh
put it
yeah,
right into the wall. Daigo did too.
yeah.
And you know, those high stakes is what makes it interesting. But I mean, I imagine it's expensive, and I'm wondering if there was drivers that were just like, this is not a tenable thing for us to keep doing. Like, you know,
I don't know. I don't feel like it.
yeah,
Um, because you know, like high level competition like that is always. I mean, if it's not your car getting broken in practice, you still run the risk of when you're tandeming. You know,
yeah,
hitting somebody or breaking your car. Going. I mean, that happened to Naoki. You know,
hmm,
he got hit and then went into the wall. So it's like you're never gonna have like a safe setup, quote unquote.
yeah.
And I'm curious if they're gonna use one of these other fast courses for D1 next year.
We'll have to see. I'll have to follow it next year, like I've been following Formula One.
Yeah, yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, looking at the map, it's like holy shit, dude. A lot of these courses are, I mean, these are mammoth courses, you know.
Mm,
Especially compared to our humble MSP, which is probably why I liked school course the best because it was a lot like MSP. It was very tight and, you know, technical. It was not like a lot of these are just like really big sweepers and high speed, and that's just not what I was used to when I went.
hmm.
Yeah, it's
I think
wild. I mean, looking at these are massive tracks.
that would be more my speed, obviously, as a beginner, because you know I was in the drifting game, dipped my toe in, and then got out. So there's no way I would be going to Ebisu like, yeah, let's just throw it down at Minami. It's like that's not happening. Give me a couple of cones. I'll work on my figure eights, and then
Right.
we'll step up to something else after that. So yeah, school course has my name written all over it, and it still
Yeah,
exists. So
it does. It does still
maybe
exist.
someday.
It's not going anywhere.
What did you think
Um,
of the event, though?
oh, I loved it. I loved
Hmm.
it. So Masanori Kohashi is like our hometown hero. His dad owns MSP and he, you know, lived 30 minutes away from us. So we knew him and that was like the hometown hero. And so watching him in D1 is always exciting. Um, and he's just so good, you know, it's like
Hmm.
I can't root for Daigo or Naoki knowing Masanori and yeah, just seeing how much better he's gotten in the past few years. And so when it was just him and Naoki, I was like enthralled. I mean, a lot of people don't realize that the video of Naoki in car, like the video of him, is actually at MSP, and he's drifting with Masanori.
Hmm.
Um, and that's one of like his biggest videos because it shows him, you know, reverse entry in car. I mean, he put this video up. Gosh, I want to say 10 years ago. It was not that long ago. Um, but it's him in his car. He's got like a camera strapped to his roll cage, and this was with his very basic S13.
Hmm.
Um,
Well, it looks like if I'm looking at a video right now, which yeah, it's MSP. I think it's a Soarer. If this is the video you're talking about, it's like a green Soarer. The green inside
I
is
don't.
green anyway.
I thought he was still in his